Hey guys, it's Maria. So today we're going to talk about step 7 of 10. We've been going through our ADHD list of 10 strategies that we can use, and number 7 is screens. So with screens, what I'd like to do is try to limit the use of screens and excessive technology as much as possible. I'm not saying we're going to take them away, but we're going to look at how many hours kids are on their screens and see if we can't cut back on those a little bit more throughout the day. So with ADHD, all the research has found that the main components that are missing is that connection between dopamine and norepinephrine. So dopamine is that area of our brain that gives us that rush feeling, that exciting kind of feeling. With kids with ADHD, they say that the dopamine is lagging behind. It's just not as much as it should be. So they're constantly looking for something to increase that in their body. Things like video games increase it automatically, but the way the video games do it, they do it in a constant motion. So kids can't, it's almost like they just can't leave it. Think almost drug addiction. Like once they get into it, it's like they can't seem to stop it, which is why it's so hard for them to stop playing the game when you tell them to get off of it. So if we can try to cut back on those, give them timers, set certain rules and boundaries, and you know they are not going to get off on their own. We have to literally go in there and physically turn things off, unplug things so that they can have a little bit of time for their brain to come down, and so that they can also learn other strategies to implement themselves that are going to increase that dopamine level without needing that constant stimulation from a screen. Another reason I like to limit screen time use at home is because you have to remember they're on their computers now at school most of the day. They do their homework on their screens. So they don't have a whole lot of time to have outdoor play activities, exercise, sports, anything else that is outside of that screen exposure. I'm finding a lot too that kids are not having a lot of face-to-face interaction. That's been, since COVID and a little bit before, but everything is now done online. And for our kids with ADHD, who sometimes are missing a lot of social skills, reading cues, things like that, it's important for them to have face-to-face interaction with other people. Another main reason I like to cut back on screens, especially around bedtime, is because of that blue light stimulation. So if we want our kids to shut down enough to fall asleep, we need to remove those screens from them about an hour, 2 hours before sleep, so they can start shutting their brain down. Their body can get used to the idea that, okay, those lights have come off, it's time to start coming down, and now we can build in a bedtime routine that doesn't include those. So I get kids all the time that tell me they play on their games literally till their eyes bleed. Those are their words. Or they play until 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and then they just sort of crash at some point in time. That's not good quality sleep. That is not good rest. If they're on something constantly and then from there they're just passing out, that's not a good quality of rejuvenating sleep that they're getting in that cycle. So parents, if you can, as much as you can, I'm not telling you to take them away completely. I'm just telling you to really look at the amount of time that they're spending on them and try to cut back on that as much as you can, and try to see if you can make it to where, the hours that you're cutting back are the hours specifically before bedtime. All right. I hope that answered a couple questions about screens and electronic use, and I can go on that one for hours, but I'm gonna cut it there. All right, guys. So like always, subscribe, share, like, and send me your comments, because that's how I know what you need and what you need me to follow up on. All right. Have a good day. Bye.